You know what? Let's just buy from the region. And we'll do this as well, just in case we start to run out of power and sewage capacity as well. Oh, how is the sewage doing? Still flowing well? Indeed. I wonder, is it possible for me to put down another one of these without bulldozing anything? Not really. That's why I was trying to avoid it. So yeah, I might expand this later. I might move things around, but for now we're going to leave it as is. So our population is growing slowly, but pretty stable. I'm liking it. If I really wanted to increase the number of people who are coming in pretty quickly, then what I could do is, come on, store up those CPUs, because I am losing money. What I could do is lower taxes a little bit, and that would increase my population pretty dramatically. What I should actually have here is a round, not a bend like this, because bends are intersection, and rounds are not. I couldn't do it here without bulldozing things, but it keeps the traffic flowing a lot better if you don't have actual corners and edges and things like that. And what is this doing here? Complaining about shopping, huh? Suppose it's not strictly within reach, although... You know, I think we probably could use... I'm thinking I want to put it on the edge here. I'm going to replace some of the zoning here with commercial, and then just bulldoze a handful of these buildings. I intentionally bulldozed more than I had to, but again, they'll pop right back up. It's fine. People are they're not picky. Like, oh good, it's a good excuse to, you know, build a new house. They will start, I believe, at the low density again, but they should pick up pretty quickly. So we'll give these guys a little bit more shopping, which should keep them a little bit more consistently happy. And I mean, there could be other reasons for why they couldn't do it. Generally speaking, it's traffic that causes it, but again, the traffic seems to be flowing fairly well. Despite the fact that I undid my various like little crooked road tests, right, to see. And not enough room to increase density, really. Probably this road is in a bad place for that. But there's really a limit to what I can do there. Garbage dump. They had no water, so they were upset. Now they should be okay. Need to ship. So these, how do you not have a place to ship? There's like this place here, which will take infinity cargo. It's not even that far away. You shouldn't even have much of a traffic jam on this road. I mean, every now and then there's like a tiny backup here, but it's super duper minimal. So I don't know what they're complaining about. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good. So, how's our CPU stockpile going? It is coming up. That's good. We're still losing some money, but not that much. You are still well supplied. You have no recyclables, which continues to be the problem. Information. Recycling centers operate to separate recycling from garbage. Recycling center only picks up recycling. You still need garbage collection. Recycling reduces pollution, garbage. Okay. Yeah, some people are confused. Oh, is this the problem? What are they stuck behind? A bus? A school bus. Oh, wait. Check this out. Look at this. I think this bus is waiting to go into the school, and then these guys are waiting to come out, and as a result, they're all stuck. You know what? We don't need a grade school anymore. Look at that! That is going to solve a handful of troubles there. Now, one of the things it does remind us, don't put your service buildings on main roads because they can get hung up. Like police stations, fire departments, always put them on little side streets. I can't remember. I thought I had a high school as well. Do I not? Yeah, right over here. But it's built on kind of a side street. And I could, again, I could really just get rid of that now and just keep up the college education. In fact, maybe I'll just increase the capacity of my college at this point. Although, there's another example where the college is technically right on the main avenue. What I should actually do is I should bulldoze this, turn it around, and just put it on the backside here. But, well, we'll see what happens. If we get screwed, we get screwed. School buses. Actually, there's a thing. Although, do people walk to college? So then we do have school buses running around here. Yeah, I guess they walk or they drive to college. They don't take a school bus. Geez, so we can get all the school buses off the road too, just by like having college or university be our only possible option? Damn. Okay, so midnight just passed. How are we doing over here? Okay, no, we could still use some more processors. So I think tomorrow, right around midnight, is when we will enable the export of our CPUs. How do you still have oil here? I guess no one's having to pick up the oil because all the delivery is happening directly. It's kind of interesting. And you have well, half a load of crude, just slightly less than ideal. You are full. You hopefully will get your stuff more regularly. Everyone is still sick. Yeah, we're gonna have to increase the hospital at some point. What is our situation like? 0 deaths per day. Oh, I mean, being sick is bad because it hurts your productivity. You know what? What the hell? Well, it's extra money. We'll wait a little bit longer. I mean, at some point I want a proper hospital because there's lots of good stuff that you can get out of that. But we'll do okay. So some people are taking this road. Oh, traffic has definitely gotten smarter. Still not exactly where we want it, but it has gotten better. This road really doesn't need to exist. As long as these things can hit that max capacity. What road are you on? Oh, you're on this avenue. Well, alright, we can do that. Increasing the avenues to high density is not going to create any new intersections. Yeah, so that's all fine. What about over here? In fact, it's better, if you're going to have high-density avenues at all, it's better to have everything at the intersection be it, because people can go from the 3 lanes to a 3-lane pretty consistently. Whereas if they're going from a 3 to a 2, then they really have to queue up in all kinds of inconvenient ways. I don't think here's quite as important, but in case anything is actually on these high-density avenues, I want to give them the chance to upgrade. Because our traffic situation is better, so we can afford to have more buildings upgrade. Right, I fully expect some of these to do it. It's not costing us too much money, huh? No. No, we're fine. There we go. All right. Great places to shop. People continue to become happier and happier. Oh yeah, we're getting some upgrades. Hopefully our population goes up. What are you complaining about water? We should be getting water shipped in. Yeah, alright, so we are. We're at 0, we're okay. Probably should still just increase my own water capacity, but yeah. Oh right, we have processors here as well. So yeah, we're gonna have lots to ship out. In fact, we're almost full, and when we are, I might just be tempted to toggle it on. So again, my goal is over here is to break the 1.5 million daily profit. That way we can start building TVs, right? Yeah, electronics division. And that's where the real money is. So let's go here, turn this back on, watch the traffic. Yeah, it's not great here, but hopefully people are gonna divert around, although I suppose that means diverting down these sorts of side streets. I think this is too long. I still think one of the issues in the game is that they added a fixed weight to the like the traffic congestion model, and what really has to happen is the weighting of a road has to continue to go up and up and up and up so long as it's in a high traffic situation, because I think it right now people will take a slight detour, but they won't take a huge detour around traffic that's completely blocked. And I mean, it's not unreasonable that, you know, people only take so much of a detour. in real life, right? They're only willing to go so far out of their way, so I guess, it's not unreasonable not to make it huge. But at the same time, I think that small roads need to have a higher intrinsic weight, because people will go a fair amount out of their way to take a big avenue or even a highway if that's an option. Right? So. Alright. And every video there's always someone that says, oh, build more intersections so people go around. Intersections slow down traffic, and that's true in real life as well. The more intersections you have, the worse traffic gets. In fact, I can't remember the name of it, but there's this really funny effect in that literally the better your roads are, the more congestion you're going to have, right? So people see like heavy traffic and they're like, oh, we'll build a highway. And then they see heavy traffic on the highway and like, oh, we'll add more lanes, we'll make it a 6-lane, an 8-lane highway. Well, the thing is, the more you do that, the more you encourage people to drive, and therefore the more traffic you have. Whereas, if you had a city that just had craptastic roads, but you had, your buses and subways and light rail transits and all those things, people would take the mass transportation instead, because who in their right mind would drive in that kind of city, right? It's kind of funny. Yeah, so we are getting a little bit of a jam here. Although it's all heading out of the city, which is odd, because who's heading out of the city right now? We're going to another city to shop. And these people are still not turning right to take this road, it's really funny. I'm actually really confused as to why they're not taking this at all. Unless I guess it's still not straight. So it's at a slight angle, which means this road is still actually longer than coming down here at all. So that's actually kind of good. Like, these things should really not be a problem. Very strange. And power is still producing lots of, which I'm happy about. That is like that. That's good. That is right, full of processors. That is getting pretty full. And you don't actually get the profit from your processor sales, I think, until the vehicles actually get to another town or the boat picks it up. So we could even open this up slightly before midnight. Although, again, this has got some storage for processors here. So even if our other storage fills up, we can afford to let this sit around for a little while. That's totally okay too. I love how these high-rises are coming in. This is a nice area of town. I do, my God, I actually used curves, so that's very satisfying. I guess the industrial areas are always going to stay boring, but I think I'll probably try to make them slightly less boring at some point. I just haven't decided how yet. That's the big question. I might... There's a big part of me that just thinks, you know what, we're going to rip all these roads out and just redesign this completely. And assuming we have enough in the bank, and hey, look at that, we're turning a profit again. Well, we're at 69,000 people. Upgrading all those roads cost us money, but increased our population, so we're getting more of a tax base. What was I going to say, though? When you have enough profit, you can afford to really rip huge sections of your town out and then redesign them. Your core services are still going to be there. Ideally, I mean, if we bulldoze this road, then we would lose this expensive fire truck station, but that's okay. The stats right now. Yeah, we're fine. So there are limitations. It'll be really at some point we're going to run out of oil, right? Which is bad in a sense, but does free up this area. And at that point, we've used this oil to unlock all the higher tech industry for our oil refining. So we actually wouldn't be hurtful. It wouldn't hurt us at all to start importing oil, since we know it's cheap. It's $4,500 a barrel, and then instead, and converting that oil into something else. Even if all we did is convert it into fuel, for example, that would be totally fine. We would be very, very profitable doing that, and we actually don't need to pump oil anymore. You just need to pump oil to get things started. And if you want to turn into an oil-producing city and just have that as your main industry, you can keep doing that forever, even if you run out of stuff in the ground. But some people would like to be able to keep these crude resources all the time, and I'm not saying those people are wrong. Oh my God, we don't have a sign. How will people know that we produce processors here? What do you want? I already have 3 jobs. Well, I can't expand. We're at our limit, so settle down. Oh, I can build a mansion! Oh, let's do that. It's actually the thing with the mansion. It does increase land value, which is good, but it also means bulldozing buildings to do that. Still, these guys are kind of crappy, partially because they don't have any room to expand, I suppose. Oh well. Get out of the way. And, alright, we have to let this upgrade before we can do that. We did get a little money boost, and that's interesting. Ploppy University. Yeah, I think that's going to happen at some point. We're going to redo our educational system at some point real soon. We are very nearly full. We're sending sewage away to Colombia. Growing. Everyone is happy. Things are going swimmingly. We are increasing our tax base. Well, we did lose a few people, but we should get more and more high wealth people, which is hopefully they pay more in taxes. I mean, ideally, they really should. It'd be nice to get a little bit more of a breakdown with this as to where we're getting our tax money based on wealth, but you can't have everything. We're definitely making most of it from our actual residential area, though. The industry is mostly just here to give a few people some jobs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the fact that we actually have a fairly high-tech industry. Not, oh, that's a garbage dump. I was going to say, not this smoky thing, but no. Most of these are, well, medium tech. I think it will continue to go up. I think they can go all the way to the max of community college, but I might be wrong. You want touristy stuff. You want, what, Minister of Finance? Oh, we have employment problems. Really? Because last time I checked, we just had a bunch of unfilled jobs. Yeah, we actually have no unemployed whatsoever. They might just be complaining about, like, this sort of stat. We are coming close to running out of money. I gotta make sure that I'm not really spending much. But we are just about ready to open the doors. Are you? Yeah, you're still stockpiling there, so we haven't reached critical mass yet. Soon, but not yet. I'm gonna wait basically right up until midnight, so that way we can get the max benefit of this. We could really turn this off while we were waiting for that to happen, but I know it's fine. It feels stupid to turn these things on and off, so let's not. Oh, that's interesting. I might actually 2 million. I don't know. Do I have enough processors? What do the processors sell for now? 67,000 per 1,000. I have 6,000. 2,000, so 8,000 plus whatever's sitting here. Let's call it, we're going to sell about 10-ish thousand. And that was 67 per 1,000. So it's just going to be 670,000? Doesn't sound anywhere close to what I'm hoping for. Am I doing that wrong? 7,000 per 1,000. So if we had 10,000, we get 670,000. So we're not going to get anywhere close to the 1.5 million we need just to start making TVs. I'm sure I must be doing the math wrong. This doesn't make any sense. Do we really need to stockpile that many more CPUs? Holy crap, that'll be pretty miserable if that's true. I don't think I'm getting the math wrong, though. How do you still have oil? I might have to make a second trade depot and fill it with processors. $1.5 million from electronics. So, whipping out the trusty calculator. If we're selling, we would need $1,500,000 divided by 6,700 means we need to ship 22 loads, which is 22,000 units of processors. That's stupid. Now, I don't have to have them all literally sitting in my warehouses at this time, but because some of it will get built during the day, but oh my god, what the hell, man? That's way too much. Alright, settle down, cops. What are you waiting for? There's not even a traffic light there. I'm really confused. Damn. Alright, and you are using it locally. Good. The silly things you have to go through just to unlock the next level. I'm happy I double-checked the math, though. That would have been really, really frustrating. No recyclables. Where are my garbage trucks? I hope they're not stuck somewhere again. Actually, the big question is, like, where the hell are they? I don't have to double click on this, do I? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that view should have shown me all the trucks. Do they not go during the night? Maybe that's all it is. Alright, so we're going to wait for this to fill up. Just got a big shipment over here. It's at its limit. I guess I could build a second one of these processor factories if I'm really concerned about finishing it early. But we're doing fine. We're not running out of money. Yeah, we're not running out of money. So it's just a question of being patient. Other than that, people are pretty freaking happy everywhere. I mean, we could plop down a bunch more parks and have everything go to high wealth, but that's not really what I want. Are these guys too narrows to upgrade? No, they're just complaining about the lack of shopping. They're shopping right at the end of your road, dummy. Look, right over here. Medium wealth shops needed. Oh, is that the problem? Now, and that is just based on land value? Really? Okay, so... Alright, I'll buy that. So let's plop down a park. Actually, let's go for a sporting thing, even though parks are nicer. Large skate park. Yeah, something like here, so that some of these guys upgrade in land value. Can't get any shopping, but hopefully you will be able to soon. You're upgrading. Good, okay. Right, because this guy was in between this park and this park. He's getting double the effect. Should go up. So hopefully that'll satisfy a few more shoppers. Yeah, where's the shopping? But, oh, again, medium wealth. So where can you get your shopping, actually? Just realized we have all these little awkwardy kind of areas. Let me properly rezone this to residential. You're medium wealth, you should be okay. Suppose what we should actually do is maybe have a little more shopping. Maybe right here. There we go. And the goal is to get people to walk for the shopping as often as possible. Oh, there's a nice traffic problem. What time is it? It's in the morning, so it's when people are leaving to go to work. Although they're going in both directions, which is kind of odd. Still, there's not like the giant bottlenecks that used to happen. I should actually go back to New Brussels at this point. It's a town of, what, 230,000 people that was crippled by traffic problems. It'd be really interesting to see how it's starting to do now. It'd also be really nice to be able to click on these guys and see where they're like going to end up following their current path. Upgrade that, which means we can build an upgrade of some kind. I don't know if any of these things really do anything. Right? It's just a question of like things looking good. Oh, and giving people a place to protest. I mean, I don't blame them. You know, mayor goes and builds this huge mansion. I'd probably protest too. City Hall modules available? Yeah, but I don't care about that. Okay. How's our CPU storage? 8,000. I don't want to get rid of this last thing of oil. I guess I could export it. No, it is on export. Why is the oil not going anywhere? Does it need to be in 1,000? I think it has to be in groups of 1,000. That's why. They're all rounding errors. Alright, tell you what, accept this stuff, and then what we'll do is we'll turn these off when they're at a nice even number. See how that works. I don't know how big of a like truckload comes. I guess it might be 1,000. So is it going to go to 1,500 and then max out? That might be okay. Then how did it get to 500 in the first place? This makes no sense. I don't know. That's some traffic, but it's not backed up for hours and hours and hours. And we probably could improve things with a slightly different structure in the front here. See, people are going here to go there, which ideally you would just have them drive straight through and minimize that. Maybe I should make this a little curly Q. And I don't want the intersections to be too close together because that tends to confuse them as well. Although I could have a couple of curly Qs that just kind of come down like that, and then this one just comes down like that. This sort of like reverse, I don't know, it's almost like a Christmas tree, right? It comes in here and then it branches off kind of downwards just to minimize that whole shortest path problem. But, you know, it's not staying trapped for long, and now we're over 70K, so traffic must be doing something right. Right. Okay, you are not maxed out. Your storage processors are maxed out there. Not quite yet. They are there. Okay, I really want to get to making TVs. That's really the goal. In fact, I think this would be a good time for a break, though. We will be back with the next episode soon. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.